Okay, I'm live with Assimilate-Go. Let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen, go here, and all right. So the first thing that I want to do is launch this code space here and get going. Let's go ahead and configure it and go from there. With a compiled language, especially a modern compiled language, you do want to have lots of cores available so that you can compile your software in a timely fashion. Let's check out where I left off last time. I believe that I was able to get a simple Marco Polo going. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh that and just make sure that I understand it since it's been a little bit of time. And again, while this is waking up here, I'll look at it. So we're able to, inside of this Marco Polo directory, we have go mod. And then we also have go sum. And we also have Marco Polo, which is the binary. And then we've got the go package right here. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing cooking again. So I'm going to go ahead and do a git pull. Okay. And then I'm going to cd into Marco Polo. And if I remember correctly, last time, I have a make file here, which is nice. And let's go ahead and look at what this is first. So let's go ahead and go here and UR fave. So this is a simple, fast, and fun package for building command line apps in Go. Here we go. And so I guess this is one of the more simple ways to do this. If we look at docs here, oh wow, there's even a version 3 as well, version 2, version. So if we look at version 2, getting started here, that it's a very, very simple command line tool library. Okay, we got that. We got that going. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through these steps again. Let's go ahead and say make install. Let's install it. And let's check the make clean. I would just clean the build if I needed to clean anything. Make format. Here we go. Make lint. Golang CI lint. Great. And then make build. This is going to build the project. And then if I want to say make run, this would run it, which would basically just run / Marco Polo, and we can say Marco. And then if we wanted to say Bob, doesn't know what it is, right? So not bad, not a bad little command line tool. So I think what I'll do is try to make one a little bit more complex, but recreating what I did before. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and we can just go lesson 6, making a slightly more complex Marco Polo CLI using easy CLI library. So let's just make it a little bit better. Now, in order to get started here, what we should do is first make a project. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and we'll just say make dir. We'll call this complex Marco. So put these steps inside. We can just do that. Okay. And then I always forget this with Go, but we can CP that make file that I had before. So let's go to Marco Polo make file, and let's copy that into this directory. Okay, and let's just double check. Yeah, we have it in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and cd into this. And then the part that always trips me up with Go is that you'll need to create is the project structure. So I'm going to actually follow this a little bit more, which is I'm gonna go ahead and initialize the project structure. So, this would be step one, and then step two would be initialize the project structure. And so I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me out here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go to V4 here. I'm going to say, I am starting a new Go project that builds a command line tool. Can you walk, and it will use, go ahead and it will use this library. Use this library. Walk me through the steps of creating a project. Okay, let's see what they say. So sure, I'm happy to help. Get started with Go. Here's a step-by-step guide. All right, so we already did that. Set up your Go workspace, create a directory. I think we already have this. You can set Go path like this. So, in fact, let's check that out. Create a new project inside the source of your workspace. Create a new Go path. Make sure. Oh, interesting. CD into there. So this is GitHub, your username. Okay. Well, these looks like good suggestions. So I'm going to first double check this. Go path is actually available. Let's go here. Let's do echo $, and we'll do that. Go path. Okay, well, I do have something working, so that's good. Now, I do like the suggestion here, which is that you run this. So let's do this. We'll just say by doing the following, do this, and we'll change this. So in this case, I'm going to put this in my make file. And we're going to do this. We're going to say init. And we can do this. We can say GitHub, a gift, complex Marco. Okay, that's not bad. So we'll do that. We'll just say make init. Okay, so then the next step is add this as a dependency to your project. You can simply import it in your main Go, and then Go mod will add it as a dependency. So we're going to put this into the main Go here. In fact, I'm going to even add this. This is such a nice little set of instructions so that I can follow it in the future. So we'll go here, and then we'll put this instruction here. Okay. So I'm going to go to I don't see a main Go here yet. I have a complex Marco. We have a Go mod. So let's double check here. So it says in your main Go. Now let's look at my other program, which was this one. We had a Go mod, a Go sum, and so Go sum, Go mod. and then Marco Polo Go. Oh, I see. So it just depends on what you want to call it, I suppose. Do you want to call the file main or not? Main Go. So in this case, it says main Go. That's an interesting question for Go. Is whether you want to do this. So a simple tool. Okay, well let's try it. Let's try to do a main Go here. So I'm going to say touch main Go, and then I know we want to do something like this. So we'll go to main Go, build that, and we want to do. Let's actually ask, how do I do? Do I do multi-line comments in Go? Using okay, so the same as in Rust. Okay, well that's easy. That's useful actually. And we're going to do command line tool that takes in and returns polo. Yeah, the tool should also take a flag that will allow the user to specify how many times. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's a good tool. That will make it a little bit more complex. So now we want to import the packages here. So we want to import formats. No, we don't want to do that. We want actually to use that library, and the import statement is going to look like this, like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, there we go. Import format. And the next thing we'll do is let's build a function that is the logic for the CLI tool. So we can do this. So we can say Marco Polo let's see, gets the times flags, loops through. But no, I don't want to write it like that. I want to say a function that handles only the logic of Marco Polo versus Marco Polo. So we're going to say we don't want that. We actually want the name context. We want to say, in fact, we want it to have a string. So a function, multi-line comment, a function that handles only that it takes a string and an int and returns a string. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we're going to say, and then in Go, if we go to this other one and we look at the func name, it's going to be something like this. Yeah, so it'll look kind of like that. So we can go here, string, and then you do a comma times. Let's go ahead and format this. We could type in make format. Good, that works. If you make lint, what happens? So far, so good. Oh, we're missing the imports. Imports OS facts. You want OS. We want this stuff. So let's go back here. The imports. Edit. To the CLI. Let's get this going. Okay. So if we do a lint, what's imported but not used, which is fine. and now let's take a look at how I did the logic before, which was the main. Run the program and use the CLI package. So let's take a look at this. If we go here, we can say runs the CLI program and accepts the arguments and flags. Okay. What we got here? Function main would be, let's look at the documentation for this library. Would look something like this. Name. So we can say app is equal to CLI app. And we can say name Marco Polo complex. There, complex. And then otherwise returns who are you? Who are you? There we go. All right. I'm going to take some flags here. So this would be the times, right? So how many times can we go? That would be T value. I guess that would be the default value. Number of times to print polo. And then action args. So we take the first thing, which is the word, and then we pass in the argument is going to be the string, and then the int will be the times. Perfect. Result is none. Actually, if the result is none, let's print out help actually. So if the result is none, let's print out help on usage. Nope. We want to see how you do help here. So I would say it's got to be help message. How about that? Is equal to, how about that? Marco Polo. What if we said option? Wouldn't it be Marco Polo complex Marco? Yeah, something like that. App name, app usage, app flags. Let's try that. Result is none. Help message. There we go. Now let's see if we can format this. Format. Scene 40. There we go. Format again. Int. Undeclared name CLI. So we want to go back to the documentation. Log format. Oh, format print. So let's do that. Let's add that here. So weird. Okay, we'll do format. And so we want to say, instead of this, we want to say FMT prints. Help message. That looks good. Now, why is it asking about, oh, because I need to install, I think. So let's look back at what the instructions said. Okay, go build. Let's go ahead and do go build. So let's go to our makefile here, and we can say Marco Polo complex. So, or actually, we'll call this complex Marco. Go, and then we'll change this to complex Marco. There we go. And then if we say make build, we have no required module provides to add it. We have to install it. So that was the issue. So we can say make install, which I think will go get it. Now, if I say make build, at least we're a little bit closer, but it's saying that there's an issue, undefined help message, and we need to declare that variable. So let's actually ask our debugger here. So we'll say, I'm going to try 3.5 for this. We'll say, I am getting the following Go error here. All right, what do we got? If help, you can define it. Oh, var, I didn't use var. That was the issue. Okay, so var, perfect. Thanks, ChatGPT. Make build, boom. And if I just say complex Marco, so it's going to return back it will return who are you. So we do want that. We want to return this. Change this to who are you? Okay. We can say make build. We can run it. Who are you? And if we do help, let's say a simple tool, it does all that stuff. Now, what if we give it the wrong things here? Well, what we can do is we can see that, just give it like wrong stuff. Who are you? Well, that's not doing what I if results is none. If results, let's print out the help message on usage. Yeah, this doesn't appear to be, let's print out, that's not exactly what I want to happen. In fact, what's strange is that we say Marco, but if we say Marco Polo, yeah, so this is basically dead code here. This really doesn't do anything. So let's clean that up a little bit. And I want, let's see here, results. I think the panic is better than what we had there. Here we go. And then if I say make build in, and then if we say dash T5, so that is not working though. the number of times because the logic is not built in. So this is one big difference between Rust is that in Rust you just won't compile, but in Go it does compile, which is pretty interesting actually. That's definitely a pro, I think, for Rust. Um, and we want to refactor this code. So I think this would be something where I could again just say I want to refactor this Go code to print to return in times. So we can say output. I see. So we just make a bigger string, which makes sense. We say output. So let's copy that code. Let's put it back into here. Okay, and say make lint. We can just say make build, compile it. So it's not actually working. Marco times 5. So we can say output for, because value is always set to 1. In this case, that's also an issue, which is I can actually change that. We can ask for some help here. So how can I set a default value for times? I see. So it says it's already set up. So let's try to change the value to 3 here and see what happens. Let's go here. Let's just do Marco. See, it still doesn't print out. First int. So even though we have to build it, so make build. Run it. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, in this case, it's 4 times. Which is for I 0. Fix that. Well, that didn't work out. As long as I is less than times, that logic is not correct because it's printing, because it's empty though there. Let's make build 4 times. Let's see if we can refactor this. This code prints, generates 1 too many strings. That's what it says. You can modify. Oh, I see. Less than or equal. Okay, well, we don't even need to cut and paste that. We can say here, less than or equal to times instead of less than. There we go. Now we can redo it. Build. Make clean. I'm confused. What else do we mess up here? Repeat the output. I++. It should just be I plus. I think that's the other issue. I plus, right? Why would it be plus plus? Build. Still getting errors here. Build. Clean. Yeah, this is broken. We need to fix this. So repeat the output. So we want to make a better message. So we want to create a string that contains the word that contains the string. I see what the issue is here. It's more complex than this because this is already building that inside. So what we want to do is we want to say um, uh, for let's loop through the times and create a string of create in strings. So we're going to do that. That looks a lot better. That's the real issue. Output would be not it would be plus equal actually plus equal the string. What we care about this time. And we can say if return that's not good either because it's unusually no, I guess it's not. It's okay. So we can say if basically if the string contains Marco. No, we don't want to do that. That's actually bad logic as well because so we'll have to say if the string is Marco, then we want to return Polo a bunch of times. Otherwise, yeah, that'll work. We'll do that. Output, who are you? That's exactly what I want. Okay. Now, if I say make build, we have a line 25, missing return. Oh, say return output. There you go. There we go. So in that case, the default is 3. So it's working now. But if I want to say dash dash times 2, see, it doesn't work. Because action args c int. Somehow this is broken. Let's look at the help menu here. Let's look at this. Examples. Arguments. Greet. Greeting. Yeah, I think that this logic down here is now screwed up. So let's fix this, and let's just say like, why is the command line option hard coded and not letting me change shift times? That's the real issue. So if we can. Well, according to this, there is a problem. how this thing hallucinates. Output an extra polo. Here's you're incorrect. So we can say, we'll say wrong. Here is the entire example. So you have to watch. You are correct. Issue is not related to the loop. You're concatenating polo to the output variable. However, the loop is running times in the final. To fix this, you can modify the loop to without the white space character. Nope, you're incorrect. So we just have a bug in the code here. So let's see if we can make a smarter debug. I can just say like, can you help me fix the bug in this code that doesn't accept the times? See what GPT-4 will do. As it's not properly printing output, instead you should use the format print to print the result correctly. So import format. Then into times return. Here's the completely modified code. So this is saying, let's see here. Let's go back. Oh, I'm not using format. Well, it's true. Format. Why am I not doing that? That's interesting. Action. Is that really the bug? That would be weird. Build. I'm still having problems. Although it was definitely confident. Well, let's see if they're correct here. Let's actually take this version, which I think is the same as what I have right now. And we can go here. Let's build again. And let's run again. Oh, see, that's not the issue. I'll just say, well, I think you're incorrect. Nope, you're incorrect. Let's. This is one thing you have to really be careful of. Is not exact. That's exactly what I told you from the very beginning. You should use cint times, but I think I already have that. Yeah, so I'm not actually getting. Anyway, so I have a bug in this code that I'll need to fix, and I'm getting some bad answers here. So somehow, well, I guess what I could do is just get rid of this. What happens if I just do that? So, oh, wow, it doesn't, oh no, because I need to build it. And now let's say 5. So it did nothing. So that's a problem. And if we look at this, so it says times integer. What we could do is we could say var times is equal to c dot int times. We can say var name is equal to args first, and then we could print those, and let's try that out. So let's build it. Hello, Marco. You want to print polo 0. Well, there's the problem. So somehow it is not able to. Oh, because usage int flag. Somehow. That's the bug here, which is that it's not accepting. Well, I think this is a good place to stop, and I can fix the code next time. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in as a action item. We can say, currently not accepting the times. So lesson 7, we want to say lesson 7, fix the int bug, right? This will be a good thing to fix. The times unexpected in CLI. There we go. Good thing to try to fix. Debug next time. Get status, get add everything. Commit it. Adding go code. So that was a pretty good lesson, Dave. Almost everything got working, but a bug for next time. All right, talk to you then.